What the heck is everyone wearing to work these days? No, honestly, I'm asking. I feel like in this post-pandemic world where everything is just extra casual, no one quite knows what to wear to the office. But I'm gonna tell you, because it's September and it feels like back to school, but we're all adults, so we're going back to work. Maybe, maybe not. Today I'm gonna walk through corporate wear cheat codes, what to do when in doubt, when you have no idea what to wear, what the actual dress code is, how to unbasic your basics. I'm gonna talk about why more is more when it comes to styling interesting pieces, how to get dressed when you're in a time crunch, decoding denim at the office. This is always a giant mystery. Footwear, oh my gosh, how long is this video gonna be? Finally, how to handle your commute. For those of you who are new, or if you're not, welcome back. My name is Alyssa. I'm a slow fashion stylist. I help people shop less by loving who they already are and what they already have. I also talk to corporations about how to not look like a complete and total fool in the office. So if you feel like your team needs that, but you are uncomfortable telling that to them in an HR meeting, just give me a call, okay? Quick disclaimer, a lot of the photos that I'm using today err on the more creative and casual side because typically offices are just so much more casual these days. They're not truly representative of that corporate formal wear that we're probably used to thinking of and seeing. But even if your work environment isn't this casual or creative, these outfits still have great examples of elements of style and styling techniques that we can use to make our current work wardrobe feel more interesting. Okay, so there are 4 cheat codes on how to handle getting dressed for the office. If you have no idea what to wear, or if, for example, your clients have a very wide-ranging style, say one day you're meeting with investment bankers and the next day you're meeting with some sort of tech bro who feels like jeans are formal wear, your footwear is your common denominator. Your footwear is what's going to connect you to your environment. I even say this for people who are traveling, just make sure that your footwear matches the vibe of your venue or of the person that you're going to be interacting with if you don't want to feel under or overdressed. If, for example, you still want to feel polished, but you know that the person or the environment that you're going to feels a little casual, then go with your tailored separates and throw on a sneaker. If it's the other way around and you want the rest of your look to feel slouchy and approachable and comfortable because that's just your vibe, it's that sharp shoe, the pointed definition, professional, your foot's covered, away you go. Number 2, confused? Don't know the dress code? Maybe you're going to a networking event or a lunch and there was no dress code that was communicated to you. Err on the side of formal. I don't mean show up in a 3-piece suit. I'm just saying if you are deciding between, say, jeans and a pair of slacks, go for the slacks. If you're deciding between a t-shirt and a blouse, go with the blouse. For example, this neutral look still feels full of personality. We see the accessories, the glasses, the boots are so cool and sharp, but the neutrals give it that sense of gravitas and seriousness. The shirt's tucked in, there's a belt, it adds a little polish, and there's a lot of tailoring in these separates too. I also love this look. Still feels approachable and easy, but because it's all one color, the textiles are rich and diverse, so it's still got visual interest, and the shoe is just a classic two-tone slingback. Easy. These looks aren't groundbreaking, but those elements, all of these combine to feel more elevated and professional. Number 3, if you're feeling like your outfit is falling flat, if you're feeling sloppy and you don't know why, add structure. Structure is your best friend in a professional environment. There's a reason why psychologically people in suits or well-fitted tailored separates are seen to have more authority in the workplace. It's psychology. Can't give you more info on this, but Shakayla Forbes Bell can. Her book, Big Dress Energy, is phenomenal and I encourage everybody to read it. So I'm gonna leave it in the description box below. But anyway, especially as women, we have so many more options that don't include tailored separates. Men have it really easy. They have authority baked into the majority of their options, right? Button-up shirts, polos, tailored slacks, sport coats, suiting. As women, we have to be more intentional about those choices. I'm not saying we have to show up in suits or a blazer even. Structure exists in so many places. For example, a really sharp pair of glasses. You could also layer a button-up shirt underneath a sweater if you don't want to feel too sharp. A pair of well-pressed trousers is really cool, and you can even do them in a fun color like these yellow ones here. A pointed boot like this one with this outfit here. Like, again, these aren't groundbreaking pieces, right? They're classic separates, but that sharp toe in the boot adds structure, it adds polish. I also love this example. You can have structure in the prints that you choose. So this window pane print is styled in a really casual way, but that window pane adds those sharp, clean lines that we identify with authority, power, all those fun things. Number 4, your final cheat code. I feel like I could just stop the video here. You've heard me say this one before, and it applies to all aspects of getting dressed, not just for the office. Plan your outfit the night before. If you do anything ever again when it comes to getting dressed, just try this. Even if it's 5 minutes the night before, or if you take half an hour on the weekend to plan which general pieces you want to wear, even if you're working from home, that extra time gives you more space to be creative and intentional. The reason why we grab the same things all the time and we're like, oh, I have nothing to wear, my closet is full of clothes, but like I have nothing. It's not because we have no clothes. I'm sorry, but we know that that's not true. We're not giving ourselves the time and space to plan. Apollo, no, my love. He's tearing apart my couch, the little rascal. No, thank you. Good boy. Let me take a picture so you can see what I'm dealing with. Anyway, I'm not talking about putting together an entire outfit the night before. A lot of us don't have that kind of time. But even if you go into your morning routine thinking, okay, I'm gonna wear separates instead of a dress today, you've already given yourself a bit of a North Star and direction on how you wanna dress and how you wanna feel that day. This means that you're starting a part of your day in clarity instead of chaos. Unbasic your basics. Corporate style doesn't have to be boring. We might as well use this casual sensibility to play and have fun. Look for those classic pieces that we know and love, but with a twist. Perhaps it's a skirt in 2 tones, like this one here. Maybe it's a blazer. It's got all of these little extra ruching details, but we still get the structure and familiarity of a blazer. Maybe it's a trench coat with an interesting panel, or a pair of trousers with a little bit of piping down the side. Look for the elements that you know and love, that you feel good in and represent how you want to feel at work. But then look for these small details that are timeless and that don't date. You can also look for pieces in an interesting print. When it comes to prints, I do find it's better to go with something classic like a gingham, for example, even like this. Super playful. This is definitely on the more casual side, especially because it's paired with those pink sneakers. Color is also a fun detail to play with. However, I usually stay away from recommending a bright or bold color unless you know that you won't get tired of it. But a lot of us, get intimidated by wearing bright colors in general, let alone at the office. And we often get tired of these brighter or just interesting colors. By Malene Berger is fantastic for these little details. This cardigan is hers, this skirt, chic, straight pencil, but the texture is really good. I also love what Smythe does for blazers and even their separates. This is a Smythe plaid skirt. I think it's so cool. Classic, clean cut silhouette, quadratic print. The asymmetry and the gathering makes it interesting. I don't normally leave links, but it's really important for me that women in the workplace feel good and solid, because I want more money in our hands and I want more women in positions of leadership. So if I can help more women get there by way of how they dress with brands that I think are doing things really well, then yes, I am down for it. I've left an edit of some of my favorite workwear pieces. I've left that in the description box below for you. If you are one of those people who loves bold colors, here's how you style it. More is more. It feels really contrary. When we see a bold color or even a really bold or statement piece, we often think, okay, I've got to pare back the rest of the look. And this is cool, this is fine. If you want that piece or that color to be the focal point, there's nothing wrong with that. But oddly enough, when you pile on more colors, it actually softens that bold statement piece. It allows the eye to take the entire outfit in as a whole, instead of zooming in on a specific focal point or jumping from like cool item to cool item. Now there's two ways you can do more on more. My personal favorite for the office is by making sure all of the colors and all of the interesting pieces are low contrast. Let's take this bright orange skirt for example. By pairing it with a blazer that also has orange and a little bit of black, we tie in the black shirt, the crazy houndstooth colorful blazer, but also the orange bag. If we were to put that bag with the skirt and the black top, we would probably feel awkward, clunky, like there's way too many things to look at. But as soon as we add that crazy blazer with the houndstooth print and the multiple colors, we're able to look at the outfit holistically. I also love the idea of going monochrome or tonal and going like all the way in. Shoes, socks, bag. Now look at the comparison when we do this with high contrast. When we look at this, we're like, whoa, compared to Lupita, who has a lot more color and a lot more going on, but it's a lot softer on the eye. Colors and separates that are a low contrast, they're either colors that are close together on the color wheel, they're not contrasting or opposites, and we're also using prints that are grounded in the other colors in the outfit. These are both very colorful looks, very creative, but one is low contrast and one is high. Does everyone remember when denim was like the exciting dress down Friday thing and you could only wear it once a week? Was that just me at my office? Anyway, I personally love denim for every occasion, but here's how to wear them when you want to look good and also get shit done. Indigo, that deep, rich blue. This feels like a trouser, but still has that rough texture of denim so you don't feel overdressed. I love this indigo denim in a barrel silhouette, but I'm also mildly obsessed with the high-waisted Cézanne 70s pant in the same. I own these and I just love how they give that trouser feel. I don't think there is one right silhouette for the workplace. I think it's totally gonna depend on you. For the office, I love a good boot cut because it feels like a trouser, but I also love a really nice wide leg and a classic straight leg. But if you're in a more creative industry, you could go for something like a boyfriend. These three silhouettes that I mentioned are really great for most body types, and it's not even that, okay? What makes a trouser or a denim fit well is when you know your proportions. F everybody else's. F whatever is trending. When you know your waist to hip ratio, when you know your ideal rise and your ideal inseam, and when you choose denim or trousers based on those measurements, that's when you're gonna look good and feel good. In my opinion, it doesn't matter what silhouettes are trending or not. If something is trending and it doesn't look good on you, then it's not trending for you. One final thought on denim, if wearing denim pants feels too casual, you can also inject a little bit of denim and that kind of casual ease with something like a chambray shirt. I love how it's styled here under a suit with a belt and a great pair of thick frames. Just pulls it all together. Okay, I mentioned this at the beginning that your shoes are the common denominator, but here are some of my favorite unexpected workwear footwear heroes. I love a good metallic shoe. Metallics are a neutral. They add such a punch of personality. They go with everything. Could go with something super sharp. And I especially love this because pointed toe stiletto in like a silver or chrome is a lot. So I like that kind of thing styled with a pair of wide leg tailored trousers. That way you only see like just a little bit of the shoe and it's not overwhelming. Brogues are so good with just an easy sort of cigarette trouser and a button-up shirt, but this could be a knit too. I think the brogue is so fun. It makes me think of like an Audrey Hepburn-ish, but a little bit wacky for 2025, and I think it's great. If you've got a bit of a heel, because of the rounded toe, they feel a little bit more subtle, so you can get away with showing them. These are fantastic with skirts, but these wide leg pants with them are amazing also. Another unexpected hero is animal prints or like a croc embossed shoe. My favorites are in a loafer. I think this is so cool. You can pair it with a number of socks. This kind of croc embossed loafer looks so good with longer hemlines because then they don't feel so chunky. The weight of the shoe is evenly matched by the weight of either a cropped trouser or a longer midi to maxi skirt. It's definitely a look, feels a little bit Miu Miu-esque. I also love a classic leopard print. I actually think a flat might be a smarter choice because again, it's not so bold. Look how good they look with this little yellow sweater. I also love patent or anything shiny. If we are shopping our own closets, we probably have a lot of matte textures, a lot of wools, a lot of poplins, and that's why a lot of our outfits can fall flat or we feel boring when we're putting together our work stuff. You see how this whole look, very neutral, all the same texture, that patent, that shine, that outfit has edge and it has interest, and yet it's still super clean and polished. I especially love how patents look with denim and wool blazers. And finally, white. If you're someone who likes a lot of color and dressing with it, white is an excellent grounding neutral. So you see how we've got it styled with the orange and blue. I love also how this white shoe plays with the caramel skirt and the bright sweater. If you've got that contrast look, a white shoe is an excellent neutralizer. When time is of the essence, which feels like all the time, how do you put together something good? Here are some easy styling hacks. Pick a set. Maybe it's a matching top and blazer. Maybe it's a suit, but you just chill it out with a t-shirt and a pair of sneakers. Maybe it's a dress and a matching cardigan. I'm not saying that the colors, fabrics, or the prints have to be like perfectly matchy-matchy. You've just reduced your decision-making by a whole lot, but you'll still look and feel thoughtful and intentional because you have those coordinating pieces. Add something personalized. This could be a really interesting brooch, nameplate necklace. I love this like oversized initial necklace on a really simple neutral outfit. Final tip is to choose one accessory and match it to a color in the rest of the outfit. I'm not saying that your belt and your shoes have to match. You've got a broader palette. We don't have a lot of time. We just want one accessory to recall something else in the outfit. All this is doing is adding that sense of intentionality without working too hard. I particularly love this like orange shoe jacket combination. No, they're not the same color orange. In fact, I would say the boots are more like a caramel or a cognac brown. Who cares? They still look super intentional. Choose the shoe that matches the shirt. Add a belt that matches your layering piece. It's really hard to commute and show up to work feeling perfectly golden like you just stepped off a cloud. Key again is going to be in your footwear. Think of things like a metallic brogue, an easy ballet, or a Mary Jane with a rubber sole. And make sure it has a rubber sole if you are someone who takes public transpo, your bike, or walks a lot to the office. If they don't have, get one added. That extra cushioning, protection from the elements, and protection from dirty city streets is going to be a lifesaver. You can also go with a sneaker. These days, sneakers work with everything. Personally, I'm a big fan of changing my footwear or even changing a top once you get into the office. I don't know who these people are. I mean, obviously they're Milanese and they're just like magical unicorns, but I don't think the rest of us mere mortals can. Bring a cute tote bag, throw a pair of good shoes in there, and swap them out when you get to your desk. That is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Let me know if you liked this video in the comments below, or if you have any suggestions when it comes to corporate attire. We can all learn from each other. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, a great night, a great afternoon, wherever you're at, and I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.